I almost missed out on this $70 profit item because I didn't know what it is. Because I didn't know what it was. Stay tuned. I'm gonna talk about that and more while I pack some orders. First thing I'm gonna do is start off with my 2 Poshmark items because they already come with prepaid labels. The other things are through eBay, and that step's a little bit more intensive. As I go through each item, I'll kind of talk about how much I remember paying for it and how much it's sold for, just to give you a good idea, because not everything I have is name brand or something that you might immediately see and be like, hey, let me pick it up, you know? So I'm going to talk about some tips and tricks there, and we're going to pack, and then we'll get to our ultimate story, the jacket that I am profiting a little over $70 on. Okay, here is a little bit on the bigger side. It's a Men's Innovations vintage jacket. As you can see, it has this classic 90s color blocking on it. It's kind of giving, I don't know, or is this 80s? I'm not sure. Is this giving Stranger Things? Tell me. I feel like they wear a lot of those color blocking type of bright colors in there. Or maybe I'm just making stuff up. I don't know. But it's a bit on the bigger side, especially with the padded shoulders here. And this one did sell for $20, and so it's a $16 profit after that. And we only picked it up, I believe, for $1 or $2. Most of the stuff we get are from the bins and garage sales. Those are going to be your biggest savings and allow you to make the most profit margin. Margin? Sheesh. So anyways, what was I saying? Oh, my brain, I lost track. So anyways, I'm going to start folding this up. I like to give a nice little fold to my items, just so it has somewhat of a nice look. I think it's a little too big to fit in a bag. It might, yeah. I don't want it to burst out. So I'm going to put together this box. The great thing about Poshmark is you can use any flat rate or priority box or bag to put your items in, as long as it's max 5 pounds. Then you don't have to pay anything extra. It's just that one flat rate of $8, which is a great price, especially if the item you're buying is towards that 5 pound size. It's not the greatest for small items like this little bikini bottom. I did post it on Poshmark as well, but of course the $8 flat rate on Poshmark, there's no way to lessen it for smaller items, which would be a great feature for them to add. But on eBay, we can set our own prices, and for anything under half a pound and below, we just put it at $5.50. Okay, so they are able to save $3 there, which is still a nice savings. So I'm going to stick this jacket, a nice little fold, into this box. Oh, and it actually fits very perfectly in there. Because something isn't label or brand based, it doesn't mean you don't have to pick it up. If you can see a certain cartoon or TV show or movie character wearing that item, or if it's from a certain time period, like it screams 80s or 70s or whatever, then I would suggest picking it up. But when you post stuff like that, there's a lot of people that will buy no brand or off brand or whatever dead stock items for TV shows, or because they really like that aesthetic. They don't really care necessarily about the brand. My thank you sticker, of course. One great thing about having a label maker is you can kind of print anything. It is black and white. You can buy colored stickers and then just have that thermal print over top of it. First box done. This is a very cool polo, very nautical, heritage, East Coast type of style. Jules Clothing. Oh, Great Britain. Established in the fields of Great Britain. No wonder. Anyways, a nice light fold, very simple. I'm going to place it in the bag. I'll put the bag right here. Hopefully I'm showing it to you. If not, I'm sorry. If it fits. If not, I'll just get another box. I do get several boxes, about a dozen in each size from the post office. It's not like I go through them extremely fast. It's just I'd rather have the boxes on hand than be like, oh dang, I can't pack this item because I have to go get boxes. Got it in there. Okay. And I will tell you that Heritage Nautical Old Money East Coast Preppy style is trendy right now. So speaking about looking for brands, like things that are not brand name but are of a certain aesthetic, this would be another great one to kind of pick up. So this one was only $10. We did have it a little higher. We are running a spring sale, so I did take offers on it. Okay, now I have the hand tape dispenser where, you know, it has the big handle and you go like this on the boxes and bags. But honestly, that part where the tape comes out of, it doesn't have a little side bar thing. So every time the tape kind of moves out and then it gets all weird and bent, and, you know, I'm not an expert packer. Maybe I have to take classes on that. So I find it's kind of easier for me to just do it this way. And I got a tape dispenser that I'm gonna drill into the wall so it's steady, and it has walls on each side, so the tape just should be coming straight out. Oh, and it's going to the East Coast. Interesting. So my predictions seem like they're coming full circle. Oh, Western rodeo is popular as well this season. Again, it was pretty popular this last summer season as well, but it seems like it hasn't gone out of trendiness. I'm gonna just button this little fold. Now, because these are purchased through eBay, they are gonna be shipped ground. Pretty much everything we get is bins, garage sales, yard sales. That way the profit is the largest. This one, so just keeping off of our average because I don't know offhand the exact cost of goods. And a cost of good is how much you pay for something. I don't know offhand the exact cost, so it's usually about a couple dollars at the most. And this one sold in our spring sale for $21.50, I believe. All right, and the star of this show, this jacket. Now, $80 is a good selling price for something in the secondhand market. If you look, and just like how I talked about, most items sell way below that. I'm going to start by telling you a little story. So, we're walking into the bins, and on this trip I wasn't here, so it's kind of like a retelling of what happened. And this ordinary looking, plain looking, it's just gray with some microfiber fleece on the outside jacket caught the attention of my husband. So how did he know to look at this plain Jane jacket and see that it possibly had some value? So I'll tell you a few things to look for when you're digging through bins or the thrift store. The first thing is very interesting looking details. If you see, this has this kind of plastic cuff here. That's an interesting detail. This is something you don't see all the time. And the fabric itself is a nice thick microfiber, like a thin cheap one. You know, when you buy a big multi-pack of microfiber cloths or something from the store, you can get 10 for $5 or whatever it might be, but they're really thin usually. This one was nice and thick, and it has a nice softness to it. It wasn't any sort of rough texture. So when he grabbed it, he looked up the brand right here. But he looked up the brand, which is right here on the label, and he's seen that it sold for, I think, $150 to $200 brand new. But that's another trick. Just because something sells high brand new, it doesn't mean it sells high in the resale market. So don't just think, oh my goodness, this brand sells for $200 something brand new, I better pick it up. No, you want to look at its resale price. When it's a brand we've never come across, we just look at how much it is, if we can find the website for it, brand new. But then we also look at the resale value. And how you're going to find those is you're going to scroll through, you can either go to eBay or Poshmark. Those are the best. Type in whatever it is you're looking for. So bearskin tactical jacket, fleece jacket, and you're going to filter by sold items. When you look at those sold items, it's going to give you a range, like an idea of all the prices that this item sold at. And this item and other items of this brand had a high price range for its sales. I would say anything, maybe if you're the average reseller probably and not doing luxury goods and all of that, maybe anything over $25 in the resale market is really, really good. Again, you just have to remember that this is, for the most part, most of this stuff is secondhand items. This so happens to be a brand new item. It does have the tag on it still yet, which also does add value to it. So if you find something that still has its tag, it'll increase its resale value as well. So we picked it up. Look how thick it is right here. Picked it up, looked for fine details, the quality of the fabric, this cuff right here, and we looked up the brand, and there it was. We found out that it was a good resale brand. Got it home and listed it, and it actually sold twice. So the first time it sold for full price. Now both times it sold for full price. The first time it sold, the lady wanted to return it, and we were thinking, oh no, is this a scam? Because right when we shipped it out, she said, hey, this isn't the right size, I want to return this. And I was like, oh my goodness, no, this is such an expensive item. But we got it back. I opened it, and I always film my returns just in case something's so expensive. And I opened it, and it was perfect. It was exactly what we sent. The tag was on there. She really did just get the wrong size. So we relisted it, and maybe a week or two later, it sold. Here we are, sold again, full price. So that's how you can tell this brand is going to go on my brand. I have a spreadsheet where I keep all the best brands that I look out for, that we look out for, and this brand is definitely on there because it not only sold once for full price, very, very quickly after we listed it, maybe a couple of days, it sold twice for full price. A week after we have it returned, made sure it was still in perfect condition, and relisted it. So this is a Bolo brand. Be on the lookout for a brand that you should definitely write down or keep somewhere. Now I have my bag here. I'm going to put it in, and it's pretty big. If this doesn't fit, then I have a size that is even larger than this that I can get it into. So especially if you're going to sell different size items, I suggest buying different size shipping bags and some boxes. I like to try to stick with bags. I don't send too many fragile things or things that require boxes, but I do save boxes when I get them in the mail, just so we can reuse them, do our part of, sustainable living. So here it is in the bag. I'm going to seal that up. So the crazy thing is, something like this might be so simple and plain that you might pass on it. Because you're thinking, oh, it's simple, it's plain, what really can it be worth, right? But that's when you have to kind of learn how to use different senses, learn how to look at details and fabric content and quality versus just like, hey, is this trendy? Is this standing out to me? Is this a brand? You could be passing up on a lot of great stuff that way. I'm pretty excited because garage sale season is upon us. We already went to a couple and found some awesome items. If you guys want to see a video where I'm just kind of showing my haul, my garage sale bins haul, let me know. I have a lot of things, as you could probably tell from our background. I have to get organized. What I want you to remember though, I'll end the video here. I have some other items to ship, but because we talked about this item, which was the star of the show, I will end it here. Just remember, when you're looking around, don't pass up something because it's plain, it's not a certain brand. Look at it, take the time, look at key details, see what's trending in pop culture, see what characters are trending in the online space, what aesthetics are trending, and look for items in that way. It does take practice, so don't think you have to know how to do it all at one time. You're really going to overwhelm yourself. Just try to aim on top of what you normally look for. Just tell yourself you're going to do one additional thing this time. So if you are normally a person that only looks for, let's say Y2K, because that's also trendy, but you're trying to branch out, say you want to do something heritage. So look up what consists of heritage. So usually it's, blazers, corduroy, plaid, real smooth type of nice fabrics. You can be some plain fabrics, but the quality has to be kind of nice, like an old school Ralph Lauren shirt, old money. So just think of one thing that you want to start with at a time. So if you go at heritage, what kind of other keywords can that tie into, and what kind of fabrics or look does that tie into? Loafers, Mary Janes, even jewelry, and just start from there. And then kind of grow out your category of knowledge as you go. So I'm going to finish packing, and I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you really like this, follow me for more real life tips and tricks. And also, if you had any sort of items that were really cool that you made a huge profit on, I would love to know about them. So comment down below. Okay, bye.